Hello students, I welcome you again in our session, and it's a really interesting session of English class 7 lesson number 2, and this is our third session. Actually, it's a very interesting story and which is moving with a climax as the cat is compared, the kitten is compared to Rishi's cat, as well as its face belongs to Pallavas dynasty. Let's see what had happened next. In your book, come to page number 21. Is that now? Did you notice why ma'am is going by page wise? Ma'am is going page wise because it's a rule in NCERT. As you all know that we are in NCERT, so it is compulsory to move line by line, whether it's English, history, or science. Don't go in lecture form. I believe you this thing that we should never go in lecture form. You can understand. I also know the story. I can summary you up. But if you move line to line, then only you have full-fledged idea of the story. So whenever you sit for learning history, geography, civics, science, always go line to line. Why? Because comprehensive questions are there. The question can be asked in between the lessons. So whenever you sit for study, don't only see for its question and answers. Always do line to line reading, because Delhi says, New Delhi CBSE says that when you are learning under NCERT, you should do line to line study. Is that clear? So now let's come back. We are on page number 21. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged the looks. So what did the Meena and Mridu, as they both are seeing each other, they say, how can it like its own voice? Like as continuously cat says na meow, meow, meow. So they both are thinking, huh? It can like its own voice? What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. What does it means? Oh, I am telling, this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god. Look, I am sure that this cat is definitely from Egyptian god. Definitely. It is that only. That's why it is just mewing again and again. It is creating its own voice again and again. No goodness, bested. Yeah, that's it is. Yes, yes, it is. You are absolutely right. That is the truth. So, well, one of descendant of that cat goddess was the stowaway in one of the Pallavat ship, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. Descendant can be the follower. So it is saying it is that cat only. It could be the god. Okay. And I have heard that one of his descendant went to Mahabalipuram too, whose descendant is Ravi Florist. Is Twig at Mahendran? Whose descendant is it? What are you talking about? MP Punai here. Oops, eek. He shrieked, very pleased with himself. So with himself, what we are talking about? What are you trying to say? Is it a god? Or does this cat really belong to Pallav dynasty? What are you talking about? Let's see. Pallav, which dynasty had been talked over there earlier at Mahabalipuram? They are saying now. Let's see in the book. Mahabalipuram, it was, yes, Pallavas. So they are discussing. Are you sure that she belongs to there? Or it seems to be Egyptian god. Let's see. Mahendra looked up alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws as they are discussing. Now that cat is staring like this. It is giving a look as she has sharpened her claws. Claws means the she has four legs, two forward, two backward. So this portion of a cat is known as its claws. As it was playing with that, it seems that now she is ready as she has sharpened her claws. Okay, let's see next. On the edge of the coconut shell. Where did she sharp? On the edge of coconut shell. As coconut shell is very sharp, so just she is playing with that. But worse than Ravi's awful who eek was a crunch. As Ravi was doing, so it was very awful. It doesn't look nice. It was looking very bad how he behaved. Who? Ravi. From the window. What a weird sound. There was a sound, a something different sound. Someone is sounding in a very bad manner. If Mridu had was startled, MP Punai was frightened out of its wits. What had happened? As Mridu wished to do something, that MP Punai, what did she do? She was just surprised. She was surprised, even she was frightened. Underline the word frightened. It means she was scared. As that cat was aware of whom? Meena is not there. Okay, let me have the chalkboard. So as that cat, MP Punai knows about Ravi and Meena now. Who else want to introduce herself to that cat? Mridu. So as the Mridu wished to come close to that cat, what was the reaction of the cat? The cat was frightened. Underline the word scared. It was scared. So what had happened next? Let's see where we were. Okay, MP Punai here. Fine. Now it was frightened. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried toward a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. What had happened at the cat as the cat saw Mrudu, that she is just about to come nearby her, that cat reacted very weirdly as it was frightened. Her tail was stood up and she tried to jump up into the direction where the red chilies were grown or were lying over there. Okay, there were some red chilies lying, so she moved and jumped over there. Why? Because she was scared. She ran. Okay, jumped. Underline the word bounce back. Bounce back is means like that only. We jump. Okay. Try to hide beneath it. Now she wants to just hide herself, himself or herself. She just want to get rid of Mridu. She don't want that Mridu should touch the cat. He taped a few chilies over himself. Then what did it do? It just covered its body with the red chilies. Meow, meow. He howled miserably. She's just miserable. Just she wants that Mridu should be scared of. So she is doing meow, meow. Why? Because that cat don't want Mridu to come closer to her. She's running here and there. Okay? The screeching went on and on. Screeching means Mridu is trying to come, and what the cat is doing? The cat is miserably howling, meow, meow. Now they both are just against to each other. What's the noise? Said Mridu. Now Mridu is thinking, what kind of noise is this? That's Lily. No, sorry. That's Lali. to play the violin, grunted Ravi. So what was there? Actually, there was a voice of violin which is coming from inside. So she thought and she asked, what type of voice is this? Then Ravi grunted. Ravi told that it was the voice of violin. Then who was playing the violin? Actually, Lali was playing the violin. Who was Lali? Lali was one of their Mrudu's cousin only. Does she know about the cat? No, she doesn't know. Only three people knows. Mrudu, Ravi and Meena. Now who is playing with violin? It's Lali. She learned. Even the teacher comes, the tutor comes to teach her. Let's see, it will come. She will never learn a thing. She cannot learn. The music master just goes on playing like a train whizzes. Have you on and on? It seems as the teacher daily come to teach Lali the violin. But what happens? Teacher daily teaches. It seems that the train is going and there is a horn. Have you ever heard the horn of the train? It blows very loudly. So it is like that only. The teacher is teaching. He is teaching to Lali how to play the music, how to play violin. But Lali is not understanding. But teacher is going on and on. While Lali is all the time, what does she do? Drilling, going completely off track. Grailing means she is out of the mind. She is never on track. Can be the possibility she won't like. Okay? She doesn't like, but she is over there. Physically, she is present, but mentally she is not. Okay? Now there are the comprehension check. All these 5 question answer must be completed by you in your notebook. Don't leave it here only. Each and every question answer should be there in your notebook. Let's see now. The part 2 has come. What is there in part 2? Mridu crept to the window. Now Mridu just tried to see inside the window. Lali was sitting a little distance away, awkwardly holding her violin and bowstring, her elbows jutting out and her eyes glazed with concentration. It was a very weird expression. It seems, if you see, you can see on page number 23 how they three, you can see the window over there. Who are there? Mridu, Ravi and Meena. There is a teacher. Teacher is also holding a violin. Then Lali is there. She is holding a violin, but as she is holding, it is for the sake of holding only. It seems that she is doing with full of concentration. Concentration means giving 100%, but in reality, it was all fake. She was not at all serious in doing or learning. Is that clear? So she was awkwardly means not holding properly. Just she is having it. And bowstring, just she is simply bow down and try to hold the strings of the violin. Fine. Her elbow jutting out. Just see the her elbow. Her elbow is just moving backward. Fine. And her eyes, she's just staring. When you see someone continuously, it called gaze. So she was gazing her master. She is mentally not at all present. Only physically she is present. Okay. So what had happened next? Let's see in the story that in front of her, with most of his back to the window, was the bony figure of the music master. In front of her, what was there? She seems to be a figure only, as she is not interested. She can only find the teacher, a skeleton of a teacher. She knows that the teacher is sitting. She don't know that music is going on. She know only what? That the teacher is teaching. Look, as I am teaching you, If you are looking at me something like this, what does it mean? It means you are just seeing me. So what is important? Not only seeing, mentally also you should be present. But this girl, because she doesn't like to do something in music, so simply she is just watching the master. If you simply do such thing, you will never going to understand. So what do you have to do? Whatever you do, just love it. Once you start loving your subject, it will be prosperous to you to understand. Okay, let's see the next. So what had happened next? He had a mostly. Now he had means underline from here, because now there is the description of Lali's master, Lali's tutor. There in this paragraph, in this line, we are going to learn about how does the master looks like. So he had a mostly bald head. What do you mean by bald? When you have no hair on your head, it means you become bald. So, and even you can see in the picture that master has hair, but where? At the back side of his head. Almost the head is bald. Fine. So he had a mostly bald head with a fringe of oil black hair falling around his ear. Fringe means there is a kind of plait, and he has a hair which is always oiled, and you can see in the picture only. Okay, the plait is lying at the back side of his head. Upside it is almost bald. Okay, bald. Next is what? Around his ear, around his ear, what is there? Hair. Fine. And an old fashioned tuft. What kind of tuft he is having? He seems to be having an old fashioned tuft. If you see his hairstyle, his clothes, everything seems to be old fashioned. Fine. Now a gold chain gleamed around his leathery neck. He used to wear gold chain. Your mama must be wearing, your father wear. So there was a chain around his neck, and that chain is of gold. It shines. Okay, jewelry. You may see my earring. So my earring has diamond even, but that this thing, the man was wearing a chain. It was of gold and it shines. Gleamed means the chain was shining. Okay, and a diamond ring glittered on his hand. It glided up and down the stem of the violin as he was playing the violin. So he moved his hand. When we have to play the violin, we have to move our hand up and down. He was wearing in his finger a diamond ring. What is a diamond? Diamond actually it glitters. It shines a lot. So as he moves his hand up and down on the string of violin, so what shines? Its diamond ring shines. Okay, let's see the next. What is there? A large foot stuck out from beneath his gold border vesti. What is the vesti? Dhoti. Okay, a large foot stuck from beneath his gold border vesti edge, and he was beating time on the floor with a scrawny big toe. So what had happened? As he was busy in doing what was there, his dhoti was also, it was stuck by him. Okay, as he was just folded leg, his dhoti stuck over there. He played a few notes. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless. He was just playing. He just folded his leg, his dhoti, he just covered it, his both the legs, and he is sitting and started playing the violin. He played lots of music. He want Lali should also follow this thing, follow him. Lali tried to follow him, but Lali was unable to catch him. Catch him means can imitate like him, can play like him. Why? Because she was doing it forcefully and unhappy in her hand. She was not at all happy to play the music. What a difference! The music master notes seem to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible track of the melody. How amazing! As the teacher, as the tutor was playing such a good note, it seems to be when you hear it was melodious. Everybody liked it, and each and every tone was up to the mark. It was fantastic. It was like that as the master was playing the music, so they both compare. As Mrudu was seeing, Ravi was there. So what did they say? It seems as the master was playing that music, so it seems that the wheel of a train fitting smoothly into the rail and whizzing along. It seems that the train is going on. Train is whizzing, blowing the horn, and it's going and going and going. It seems to be very beautiful. Have you ever been to railway station? If you haven't, then go and just stand aside. Try to see when the train moves. You would like to see all its compartments, and you even going to enjoy the speed when it moves. It seems to be too much smooth. So they compare the music of the master with the train, how the train moves. It means they were enjoying. Mridu stared at that huge. So she was staring, means she was looking. Then what did she do? The music master actually, what did Mridu see? She has seen the ring of the master. Just see. Be-ringed hand moving effortlessly up the violin stem, making lovely music. Do you know the meaning of violin stem? Actually, in a violin, there is a string. Okay, that is called violin stem. So, as there was a ring in who was having the ring? The master was having the ring, and as he was moving his hand up and down on violin stem, that ring was also moving. As it was of diamond, so it was shining too. So it seems to be very beautiful. Squawk. There was a Lali trailing again. Again, squawk. She was out of the mind. Lali was not at all interested. Amma came away from the gate. Amma, oh, as she found Amma has come. What to do? Now, Amma is inside the house as she was there on the gate. Ravi sent that beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda where she was chatting. There was a beggar, then Ravi asked the beggar to move away from there where she was chatting with Tapi. Actually, Amma was sitting with Tapi. Who was Tapi? Just see, have a look if you remember. Grandmother. So Amma was sitting with grandmother, and what did the Ravi do? Ravi asked the beggar to move away. He has been coming here every day for the past week. Who was there? Beggar was there. Beggar actually daily used to come over there, and he has started daily coming from last week. Okay, and it's time he found another house to beg from. Pati explained to Tapi. Pati told to Tapi that he got the house now, and daily he used to come over here for asking food or money. He used to do these things continuously nowadays. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. Now what did Mridu and Meena did? Meena and Mridu go after Ravi. They followed Ravi. The beggar was already in the garden. Beggar has reached in the garden, making himself quite at home. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk. Now, what he is trying to do? He has just taken out his upper cloth. Maybe he would be having a t-shirt or something. He just took it and put it under the neem tree. Now he is about to lie down over there. He want to, can be the possibility, he want to take a rest. So he want to lie down under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze. Snooze means rest. He want to take a small part of his sleep. He want to sleep for a while. He want to take a rest. Okay. While he waited for the arms to appear, go away, said Ravi sternly. He's about to lie down. Then sternly, stun. When you speak, no, you have to do, you become stun. As sometimes you request to your parent, Mama, I don't want to come with you. So Mama becomes stern. No, you have to. In the same way, Ravi becomes stern. Please move away from here. You are not supposed to be in our garden. Go away. He is talking to the beggar. Ravi is telling sternly to the beggar not to take a rest. My pati says it's time you found another house to beg from. My pati told me that now you have to go away from here. From last week, you are lying down here, you are eating over here, you are enjoying, you take a rest. Now, no more days. Now, you have to move to some other house. Go over there, sleep over there. Right now, you have to leave my place. The beggar, oh my God, what a difficult time it was. The beggar opened his wide, very wide. He just opened his eye very wide. He enlarged his wide eye, this thing eye, and gazed at each of the children one by one. Then, as three of them were there, Ravi, Mrudu, and Meena, Ravi asked him to leave that place. So what did that man did, that beggar did? It started looking at one by one to all of them. He started staring at them. The ladies of the house, he said, at last in a voice choked with feeling, oh please, our very kind soul, I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. So what did it say? I have just come over here. From last week, I am seeing your generosity. How calm you are. How helping nature you have. Generous means having helping nature. How can you do this to me? Why are you asking me to live? You are such a good ladies. The ladies at your home are very good and kind. How can you ask me to move away from here? Where shall I go? I don't have any place to go. Try to help me. So, I cannot believe that they would turn me away. I did not believe that beggar is just thinking, how can you ask me to go from here? Please, I thought that you are going to keep me here. You will not going to ask me to move away. He raised his voice, no, I don't want to go. Amma, Amma. Now they called Amma. As this man was not ready to accept, he said that I will not go. Now what did the children did? Children called, Amma, come here. Sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. It began in a deep, strong rumble somewhere in his withered belly and came booming out of his mouth with its few remaining teeth stained brown. His teeth were brown in color. They were very dirty with beetle chewing. So he was eating something inside the mouth. It was not very good. And it seems to be that he was very poor man. Where he will go, how he will manage, what he is going to do if he will go out. So they were very much confused. Who were confused? Ravi and all, as he was also not ready to leave the place, as he has no place to live. So he asked that I am not going to live as I don't have anything. Neither he has a proper cloth to wear. Where should I go? So the children were confused and they shouted, Amma, Amma, still more to go. Wait and watch.